And joining me in studio now is Mr. Mike Manahan. He's a spokesperson for a company called First Global Financial Corporation. FGBF is their stock symbol. Good to see you again, Mike.
Thanks, Don. Good to be here.
Now, Mike, at the top of the program, we were talking about the fact that many economists are saying the recession's over. But yet, I did also mention that probably is going to come as a great surprise to the 360,000 families that received a foreclosure notice last month and the 87,000 families that actually had their home repossessed by banks. Your business is in the process of acquiring these foreclosed properties, correct?
Absolutely. That's what we're doing. We're going in and we're picking up from the financial institutions the properties that not only have been foreclosed on, but have actually failed to sell at auction.
Okay.
Now, these financial institutions have to get rid of these properties. They've got to get them off the balance sheet. They're not in the property business. They're banks or they're mortgage companies. And that's where our opportunity lies.
Well, a lot of people might be of the impression, because you see these things on television, foreclosed home seminars and these kinds of things, maybe thinking that a lot of that inventory has disappeared. What's the real story about inventory out there?
Well, I just read an article about that. 1.9 million homes foreclosed in the last year.
Wow.
That's almost 2 million homes. Now, you have to have a lot of buying to absorb 2 million homes. So an entrepreneur here, an entrepreneur there, picking up one rental property or two rental properties, it's going to take a long time to burn through that inventory. And by the way, in buying those foreclosed homes, the banks aren't being very friendly. They're not out there giving the average Joe the money to buy a second or a third home so he can turn it into a rental property.
No, you're absolutely right, because as crazy as the banks and lending institutions were during the bubble, they're just the opposite now. They're really making it very difficult to obtain financing, and you folks aren't concerned about that.
Well, we're not, because our strategy is to buy the properties cash.
Okay.
We buy the properties cash, we go in, we refurbish them, we fix them up, we put tenants in, and we turn the property into basically a cash flow machine. Now we've got income coming off the property. So that's our strategy. We really don't want to try and get bank lines, because you just simply can't today. In spite of the fact that there's all these programs supposedly available, it is extremely difficult to get financing and very difficult to get commercial financing, which is what we are, basically a business, to go out and buy properties.
So you're basically buying residential properties. I think you once mentioned that you're concentrating in the Midwestern states of the U.S. And when you're buying a piece of property for, say, 50 or 60 cents of what it was worth a couple of years ago, that must look pretty good on a balance sheet.
Well, it does. It's a very unstable market, but the bargains are out there like you wouldn't believe. I have heard of houses selling for as little as $10,000
Wow.
a house. Now, this is in the Midwest. It's not here on the on the West Coast or on the East Coast, where prices tend to be a little bit higher. But there is just a huge amount of inventory out there, and price is going to be a function of demand.
Stock symbols FGBF, First Global Financial Corporation. Mike, thanks for the update.
Thank you.